Got us a team one together with my boy Arthur, Kobe boy and that Feral. Gonna be first up with Duke in the back as the Arcane Mage who got fast as the Demonology Warlock. And Shamato is a big old tomato. Versus gonna be Pumper off the bat, immediate trinket off of Kobe as they go in for a war stop. It's gonna be a Stormbolt with a Blaze Storm avatar, but after potential lots of damage versus Kobe, as long as Pumper is extra careful. Gonna be Thorns, does a reflect for those Thorns, reducing the damage of magic damage, Thorns damage by about 20%, but not really committing big damage onto Kobe. Does hit him with a Fear, immediate trinket out of the Feral Druid. It's gonna blink all over the place. As Pumper does have himself the Sharp Blades, wants to get in there, wants to disrupt any kind of healing for Kobe, which is gonna be fantastic. Maim onto Pumper though, maybe in a bit of trouble. Parry up, Avatar at the ready, trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Does have a Strongbolt as well in case he can maybe reconnect with Kobe. Does go for a leap. It looks like you leapt right through the pillar. Big executes to follow. Kobe does go for full defensive Baron for friends and region. Mania to activate wall, trying to use the mobility just to escape Pumper as best as he can, but a charge is gonna let him cut across. Does he have another charge potentially? Maybe. I was gonna say he's playing Stormbolt, so maybe no double charge, but that logic would have only worked with the old talents. The new talents are very different. Big charge yet again. Kobe may be in trouble. Mania to go big defensive. War Stomp for just a second. Oh! He thought that maybe I could just War Stomp, run away, split away from the guy. But man, that was just a lot of damage. I feel like even if you did press a wall there and Heart of the Wild, I don't know if that would have been enough to stop and execute, unless maybe Pumper didn't crit. Like if that execute crit, even through wall, I feel like it would have been over. Gonna be a stun by Pumper, big Warbreaker, but a knockback by Shamato, leaping back in, trying to reconnect. Got himself reflect in case it's gonna be Lava Burst in. Shamato trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Does he go for the leap? Trying to juke it, but Pumper does not get juked out on this one. Blaze to follow, just immune to walls. You see Shamato with a wall, trying to see if he can play defensive. Gonna be big. Stormkeeper, maybe big damage. Got himself maybe a bit of healing. It's gonna be an uninterruptible. Trying to go for a Hex. No Axe, no Reflect for a buff. Pumper does go in for a Trinket. I think maybe over Shamato. Oh my god. Like at some point when you start Blaze Storm on top of you and all you can do is wall and just play defensive, there's nothing you can do about it. Not much you can do there at all. Interrupt on the Duke as he goes in for a bit of missiles. Trying to go freezing the ground that Bump Pumper walks on. Big bleed out for the Warrior. Knockback, but does catch himself midair with a charge. Gonna be another Ring of Frost trying to leap around it. Does he have another Blaze Storm? If he has a Blaze Storm, he can just ignore this ring, but that's going to be giving Duke an opportunity to at least go for a bit of a setup. Poly onto Pumper. It is going to be DR'd off of that freeze though. So as long as you got maybe some kind of defense afterwards, does have the Shimmer to get around. And it's going to be able to at least blast it for a bit. Reflect up, immediate breath right after. As Duke does activate himself the... He does have all the time. But like Pumper knows exactly where he's going to be. I was about to say for a second, like, he just knows exactly where you're at. You kind of all the time low too. Mania and Ice Block right now does go down. I feel like at that point he was like, you know what? I'm probably dead. I want to see if I can max the damage. I got some cooldowns. Maybe I can make something work. But Atherman is going to be the next one left over in Team 1. So far, Pumper has been able to bypass these boys just with sheer amount of force and healing reduction. Not letting these boys recover whatsoever. Couple of good Blaze Storms to immune CC. Perfect. Effect out for Pumper right now as he just absolutely mowing through Atho. Does have himself a big old parry. This is going to be a blind by Atho. Trying to see if he can get himself a big setup versus Pumper. Does he have a human racial for this one? He should have a human racial. Does. And to break it out of a big heal off of Atho. Does try to see if he can Blaze Storm him down. Atho playing the defensive now. Trying to see if he can shift from an aggression to a more self-heal playstyle. Does get a big big exorcism onto Pumper. Pumper trying to see if he can back away from Atho. Maybe he can hit him with a Fear. That is going to definitely be an adaptation, isn't it, though? Maybe he can hit him with a Fear of Stormbolt. Definitely needs some kind of recovery. Stormbolt does tag him. Pumper needs a bit of health. I think it might be over. This time with Atho. Oh, the Judgment comes through. You don't need a weapon to throw in a Judgment. You don't need a weapon to judge somebody. Big Lava Burst for a Paka. And so just blasted him out. My God. I don't know how he survived this one, Atho. I don't know how he survived. This man is getting the procs. This man is one with the elements. Bubbles in immediately. As the Paka is trying to see if he can play more defensive. Elemental join in, just gives him a little bit more health to work with. Paka going in for a little bit of a immunity to CC. I think that's what it was. With the Spirit Walker's Grace. Trying to see if he can get a setup. Couldn't quite do it. Stunned by Atho. Trinket to follow. Atho with a final wreck. Wings are available. Maybe blasting out the show, but doing a ton of damage. Oh my God, the Paladin burst, man. With Chef not giving Atherman any kind of recover. Spear is going to force a defensive. Basic protection immediately. Just try to see if he can walk out of the save. is in a pretty good spot. Honestly, I feel like this game is pretty safe for him right now because Athaman is down on big immunities, chasing after him, quick fear to fall. Is going to be adaptation out of Atha, so he has no way to really prevent any kind of other CC. I guess there's no really other CC to really prevent at all, is there? As Shave not letting him go anywhere at all. Trinkets out of this one. I think it's pretty safe to Trinket that one. Unless I think it maybe a Hodge. Not going to be able to go counter offensive. Strongbolt around the corner, but does end up veering behind the pillar. Save, trying to see if he can maybe catch back up to Atha. He has him on the ropes, does get himself one big lay on hands. But that's really about all he's got in terms of defense. He definitely needs to slow down. Save does get himself wings for a second. Atha needs recovery. I don't know if he's going to be able to get himself much recovery. Ward of Glory is the hardest working ability for him right now, but it looks like Save is going to be able to take him down. Not much you can really do in that situation. That is rough with Facile trying not to give Save an opportunity to recover, just charging right at him, not worrying about the gates, not worrying about any kind of setup. That is going to be Save catching up a little bit of healing though, while behind the pillar. Parry up for all these pets. Maybe able to deal with him. Stuns Facile. He's trying to get himself another portal. We'll still need to go for a full Tyrant. That's going to be Save trying to see if he can back up out of there. If that Pit Lord makes it over to you, I think it's over. Save maybe can control all these pets and get away from them. Pit Lord just spawns right on top of him. I think it's over. Unless you stop the Pit Lord right now, or maybe get a heal from Pit Lord, start slaying these pets, maybe get yourself impediment resets. There's nothing you can do. Actually, nothing you can do. This is the weirdest part. Sometimes Pit Lord just like spawns in from the portal, has to run to you. At other times he just like snaps to you. The snapping one is the one that's like super terrifying. But if you can see it like run from a mile away, maybe hit it with a slow, then at least you can prevent it. All that momentum of all this pet pressure just goes into Krusty Krab though. All of that pressure just rolls into the Shatter Priest as he's trying to see if he can find himself a better angle versus Facile. Does activate what looks like Ascendance. Immediately just got himself the most amount of damage blasted out at Facile as he got himself a dark bag behind the pillar. All these pets surrounding the Shatter Priest. Stun onto Facile with an Access right after. Got himself a Fear uninterruptible. It is going to be dispersed pretty early on before the dampen really skyrockets right now for this duel. It's going to be Facile catching up on a bit of heat pets. More Demon Dog is charging in. They're having a little bit of a weird like pathing to Krusty, but Krusty may be in trouble. Doesn't have any more defenses. Fear onto all these pets, separating them away, scattering them all over the place. As Facile does pop in a wall to give himself a bit extra defense to work with here. Krusty looking for a bit of recovery. Facile does not have the same recovery at all. Does he just play back? Did he just send the pets in? Looks like maybe the main pet is still over there. Main pet is still over there harassing Krusty. Doesn't want to let him play the game whatsoever, man. Axe toss to follow. Demon Dog is charging in. Facile just really needs to get his pets in there and just let the pets do work. I don't think he needs to be next to Krusty. Does go in for Mortal Cold. Try to see if he can get aggressive. Tyrant is going to be in there. Just trying to keep put the pets in a good position. Tyrant is getting so much value. The thing is just blasting. And Facile just boarded behind under the pillar. Trank is going to be up next. This is an opportunity. Facile limping, kind of hurt. All the pets are still around him. The pets are just going to be turning around to Trank. If Facile can live long enough, I don't think it's going to be able to do so. That is unfortunate. Big bite at the end, just couldn't do it. Look at the most kills there. Is it Bumper again? Dude, Arms Warriors. Arms Warriors. Although Athedman was able to shut him down. These Warriors, man. Let's get in battle message back up, Rip. It's all good. It's all good.